Oh, you're big frozen.
You're big frozen. Not really.
Grabbing that one. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I don't know if you could hear me as it was like loading up. Like
it was like welcome.
Fair. To the Lousy Show.
To the Lousy Show.
That's right.
That's us.
That's right. Yep.
I'm Joe.
You know, as we're getting this episode started, I realized something very, very important. I'll give you the option so that the Lousy listeners don't come after you in the comments. Would you like me to say this to you, or would you like me to DM it to you real quick?
You're catching me so out of out of sorts. I don't even know
what it just hit me out of the blue too.
Just say it. I can always edit it out.
You promised the Lousy listeners that while your wife was out of town, we would work on the jingle for TV.
No, I did not promise that. What I promised was the jingle would happen by the end of the month. I said we'll probably work on it while my wife's out of town, which we did not. Fully transparent. It is currently the 17th. Not even the piano has been unwrapped. So I got about 2 weeks to get that figured out. It's going to be...
I was like, I have a piano upstairs if I need to get it.
It's going to be literal. No, it's literally right there. I haven't been too lazy to unplug it. Just as a warning, we are the Lousy Show. It might just be single note, like just weekly tea food digest or something like that.
I don't think they'd be upset with that.
I'm just warning them now. Like, don't expect fucking Hans Zimmer, John Williams, just fucking orchestra.
You're gonna do single notes. I'll be behind it like bam, 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 bam.
I'm gonna do single notes that are all the wrong notes, and then you're just like ripping the fattest bass solo that has nothing to do with anything happening.
That's gonna sound so bad.
Let us know if that's what you'd like in the comments down below. But you know what won't be bad?
See, we went two different directions.
I didn't hear what you said because I was speaking loud.
Now you get to take it. I'm sitting back. You take the intro. Go ahead. He did it.
Nope.
He did it.
I mean, yeah, I did, but no, that's your job. We did that like 2 weeks ago. I hated every second of it.
Into the AM.
We love the product.
Yeah. Been proudly partnered with them for a very long time now. Don't plan on turning away from it anytime soon. And we know you'll enjoy the products just as much as we do. Getting dope threads like this, hats like that. You see all the stuff we rock on the show all the time. And if you're new here, you're seeing this for the first time, you will also enjoy some stuff like this by going to the link in our description or in the pinned comment intotheam.com/lousy. Again, intotheam.com/lousy. And checking out their entire catalog of shirts, hats, jackets, pants, the whole 9 yards. And when you get there, when you're checking all that out, Sam, what do they get?
I mean, you're not just checking out a great selection. The quality is fantastic. The fit and finish is amazing. The designs are dope. And then once you do select what you like, if you put in our code Lousy in the little discount section, you get 10% off on top of whatever sale they're running, which really good deal. So definitely go check it out. Intotheam.com/lousy. Put in our code Lousy at checkout and save some money.
Do it right now. Yep. Intotheam.com/lousy. Again, intotheam.com/lousy. Actually, as a matter of fact, I believe as of recording this and as it's come out, they are still running their 3 for $60 on graphic tees. So if you like shirts like this, little, breast patch graphic with a nice graphic on the back, or even full graphic tees in the front, which a lot of you have seen me rock and seen him rock on the show as well. Go check it out right now. Those are 3 for $60, and you can use our code Lousy to get 10% off of that as well. So go check it out while you're listening to us, watching us, or whatever you enjoy us on. You can still go and check it out while you're there. Also, fuck honey. Uninstall that shit.
Yep.
Do it. Yes. Indeed.
Yep. You're injured.
Should we just address the elephant in the room early?
I just did.
Wait, how?
I said you're injured.
Oh, well, yeah. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's about it.
2 words. That's the whole podcast. Bye.
No, bye. Damn, that still hurts. Fuck. Yeah, no, I'm so, also sidebar, subscribe to the channel if you have to do so. If you're a brand new watcher, you probably aren't going to understand what I'm about to say, and that's okay. You can go back 2 episodes to our Tfue episode, which released last Thursday. Go watch that, and you're going to see me in a massive amount of pain. Okay? Go do that. Then you can come back to this, or watch this first and go back and watch that one. Either way. But make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video so this gets pushed out to the ethos of YouTube, so they will, get more people to come on over here and enjoy the Lousy listeners as well. Yes, I'm hurt. I got hurt. I got hurt in a very precarious manner. I am still in pain, not as much pain as I was in. So thankfully, I'm pretty sure it's not broken, but they are definitely bruised. And I've never realized how much I use my ribs until these past few days.
It's never until something's hurt that you realize how much you use it. And that could be as simple as like today at work, I got a paper cut like right in the knuckle of my pinky. And I was like, it's not going to be a big deal. Guess what? That fucking sucked. Not as much as what you're dealing with, but still, sometimes even the little things.
Fuck. That's when it hurts the most, when it expands.
Lay it on. Okay, I'm injured. Let me.
No, I was hurting far worse the other day. I guess I should just tell the story. So a lot of people who've been watching the show for a long time remember when Sam and I used to live in Texas, not together, but down the road from one another. And we went to a concert. Honestly, I think it wasn't really out of the blue. I think we actually planned on going to this one for a while.
Which one?
We've been to a few. It was, well, we only went to one in Texas.
No, we went to.
What other ones did we go to?
Well, you weren't living in Texas at the time, but you went to.
I'm talking about when I was living there. Yeah, no, I'm talking about when I was living there. It was Siamese, Hollow Front. There's another band in that, and Barry Tomorrow.
Yeah,
there was one other one.
Sure was.
I have a playlist. I could pull it up. I'll do that in a moment.
Not that big a deal.
But Barry Tomorrow, I've been listening to for a long time. I think that's when I actually introduced you to them, if I'm not mistaken.
I had heard them before, but I had never seen them live or really like listened to them, so
fair.
Became a fan.
Yeah. So they went on another US tour. They're actually on one right now. And another band who has not been here in a very long time, While She Sleeps, is co-headlining that tour. And to top it all off, any fans of Slipknot out there know that the guys of Slipknot are older and some of them have kids. And Corey Taylor, the vocalist, has a son who is the frontman of the band Vended, who was opening this show.
Dope band. Really fucking phenomenal.
Fantastic fucking band.
Yeah. Haven't seen him live, but I've heard him.
Sounds just like his dad.
Yeah.
Which
is weird to say.
Hands down.
Like growing up listening to Slipknot and now being the adult listening to the child do the same thing. Like,
yeah.
Time sucks.
Time does suck. So all that to be said, great show all around. Me and 2 buddies went, and shout out Greg and Ian. When we got there, we were on the way, and I was asked a couple times, "Hey, are you gonna mosh?" And I was like, "Man, Barry Tomorrow just does something to me. I might come out of pit retirement for this one," because I specifically didn't pit the one you and I went to.
Oh yeah, we were
great
chilling.
spot.
Yeah,
we had a great spot. The show was fantastic from where we were, like all the good stuff. And I was like, "Man, Barry Tomorrow just does something to me, man. I might have to come out of pit retirement." So we watched Vended. Everything was.
We did go to 2 shows. We went to that one, and then
we did the Devil Wears Prada show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, weren't those?
That was at Emos. No. Devil Wears Prada, Fit for a King.
Barry Tomorrow was at Come Take It. You're right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Barry Tomorrow was at Come Take It. Devil Wears Prada and Fit for a King was at Emos. I forgot all about that because that was the night that we had a hard time trying to find a parking spot.
Oh, we saw the Chop Shop AutoZone.
Yeah, we saw the Chop Shop AutoZone. Seconds later, ordered some some canes, and then I'm pretty sure the people who walked by my car watched you and I absolutely smoke 2 plates of canes, dude.
Oh yeah, because it was like 5 minutes into the show start, and we were like, we need food now, and
we were just so. So the show I went to was in Lawrence, Kansas. For anybody who wants to look at a map, it's where Kansas University is, basketball team.
that's
But
a college.
That's where we went. It is a college. That's where we were. Vended went on. Phenomenal set. Great set. Unfortunately, I will say I did not pit for them, but that's also because it was the first time ever even really hearing them. And I wanted to really enjoy the show and see how they were, not try and be one of those like pit guys from like, like, no, I wanted to actually like enjoy the music and hear how they were and like experience their stage presence, which 10 out of fucking 10, mind you. Buried Tomorrow goes on and they opened with Cannibal. And my body went, you will now do things you have not done in years. And I immediately just went, fuck. And my buddy Ian is standing right next to me, and he saw me mouth the word fuck and looks over at me. And at that point, I'm just taking my glasses off and folding them up, handing him my phone, my wallet, my keys. And I was like, I'll be back. And I was gone for the next 45 minutes. I was shoving, I was pushing, I was throwing people. I mean, when I say throwing, I mean literally throwing people up onto the crowd to crowd surf. The first wall of death, their bassist calls it, and he's like tells the crowd to split. And I get on. If you're facing the stage, I'm on the left hand side, front row. Not my first wall of death. You know, it's pretty common to understand what you do. You run at each other, you throw your shoulder up. You connect with somebody, and then typically things start spinning. This is where I had the funny haha moment. We started spinning, someone steps on my foot, and my body kept rotating, and I landed flat on my ass.
That rotational mass.
I hit so hard.
You can't stop it.
Dude, I hit so hard and just slid. I mean, like, I had slid a good, 4 feet. And my back hit the retainer wall, and I was just like, ugh, I'm okay. And immediately I look at it, Greg's got his hand out like, get up. So I get up, we pit some more. And then it's the end of the set, and they are playing Choke, which is the last song they were playing. I'm pretty sure it was Choke. I hear their vocalist scream out, and I'm just kind of like standing like back right of the pit. And I hear the vocalist scream out, this is the last fucking chance. Bring this motherfucker down. And I was just like, we'll say less. And I, arms wide open, full Creed status over here, get down like a bucking bull and just truck the crowd forward. And I split it in half. Sometimes I forget how big I am.
You're a big boy.
Sometimes I forget I look like the mountain someone needs to climb. I get on the right-hand side this time. So if you're facing the stage, I'm on the right-hand side. I get to the front line of the wall of death. I'm like, last wall of death. Absolutely. I'm going to do this. Go get some water, recoup for a second, come back for while she sleeps, mosh even more. I look across. As I look across, I see this dude. The best way I can describe him, honestly, the best way I can describe him. Do you remember any MMA fighters by chance?
I mean, I know like the big name ones.
Okay. Do you remember the champion? He was a double champ. His name was Henry Cejudo.
No.
Okay. Do me a favor, Future Sam. Put a picture up of Henry Cejudo on the screen real quick.
Might not happen.
Now imagine him with a shaved head, like a buzz cut. All right. That's what's standing across from me, except it looked like him, like facial features looked like him, and he was built like Saquon fucking Barkley. he's looking back at me. I watch his eyes square me up, and he's just, and I'm like,
and he looks at me,
and he looks at me.
I look at him. He looks at me.
As I see this, my brain tells me you have two options. You either get the fuck out of the wall of death right now, because you ain't moving back. If you move back, you a bitch. Sorry, that's just how my brain works. You either get the fuck out of the wall of death or you go full fucking speed. So I got into a 3-point stance. And the wall of death starts. And this motherfucker moved fast as fuck. Hit me so hard. His shoulder went through my shoulder into my ribs and stood me straight the fuck up. He came up to here on me. Because I hugged him after the set. I was like, man, you got me good. And he was super chill. Like he this wasn't like a dick or anything. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He was like, man, that pit was awesome, bro. You were so cool. Like we were being bros, you know. But he came up to here on me. He hit me so fucking hard. I immediately went, huh, huh, huh. Air gone. I get out of the pit immediately. I'm standing there and I'm going, huh, huh, huh. And I like start getting my breath back. And as I do, I take a deep inhale and I feel my ribs expand, and it felt like my rib did this. And I went, and I couldn't breathe, but I was like, I gotta breathe, but this hurts too bad. And I had to play it off, dude. I was just like, I'm okay. You're okay. Get in the pit. And I tried to get back in, shoved somebody. Someone clocks me from the left-hand side, and I went, oh, God. And I felt it through my chest, and I went, I'm out. So I get out of the pit. I go back. The show ends. I go over, and I look at Greg and Ian, and I was like, I think I just cracked a rib. I need to go outside. And they were like, what? So we get out there, and I'm trying to breathe. I'm like rubbing my chest. I'm just like, please, for the love of God, just don't be cracked. Don't be cracked. And I'm trying to feel it. I'm trying to like see if maybe there's like anything that feels broken. And I can't feel anything, but it hurts. And so after that, While She Sleeps goes on, I did not pit at all. I tried to 2-step at one point, and this corn-fed looking motherfucker who stood about your height,
damn,
my build.
Damn.
Yeah.
Big boy.
He was a big boy. He got a future in the NFL.
This guy coming out of Kansas for sure.
Yeah. He's a corn-fed motherfucker. This boy don't skip his proteins. All right. And he sees me 2-stepping. He apologized afterwards. I'm sitting there and I'm 2-stepping because it's the only thing I can do that feels moderately comfortable without me fucking crying. And so I'm sitting there 2-stepping to a beat. And as I do, all of a sudden, this motherfucker, moved me 2 people over. And I'm a big motherfucker. So to know he did that, I was just like, oh my God. So he hit me and I felt everything. And I just went, walked back over, hung my head, watched the rest of the set. Couldn't do it. And that was the rest of the show for me. He did come back over. He was like, he was like, right. Oh no, actually he hit me and then realized I wasn't moshing. And he was like, dude, I thought you were moshing by yourself, so I wanted to give you a partner to mosh with. And I was like, no, I'm just 2-stepping. Thanks though. like he felt bad. He was just like, I'm so sorry, man. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay.
Picks you up and walks you through the threshold.
Just fucking baby Bjorn's my ass.
Damn.
So yeah, it was a great set. I 1000% don't regret moshing. It felt good. I felt loose. It felt good to just shove some motherfuckers. And honestly, a good pit is even better when everyone's there to have fun.
Yeah.
Everyone, pit etiquette was on point. Everyone was helping people up as soon as they fell. No one was trying to hurt anybody. Everyone's shoving around. Everyone's having a good time. This kid walked up to me. He was like, dude, I'm trying to crowd surf. And I was like, say less. Whee! And I just fucking threw him up on the crowd. Like, it was such a good time.
Yeah.
And like I said, nobody intentionally tried to hurt me, but
It happens.
I will be taking some time off.
Yeah. I told you about this. I don't think I've told the show, but when we went to see Dayseeker, like I said, Alpha Wolf was there, and they know how to fucking throw down. And of course, naturally, Pit opens up, and I'm not quite on the edge. There's like I don't know, she was probably like 5'3" girl that ended up kind of being the edge. Once she realized it, she was like, oh, fuck that, and then moved. And so I kind of filled that slot. And so setting that edge, I was still able to shove people and kind of get like almost like the secondhand pit smoke, I guess you can say. So it was like satisfying enough. And my wife even, I think she took a video of it, but she was messaging you like, oh, he's going to go back in. And I never went fully back in, but it was just enough for me to like scratch the itch of like, all right, let's have some fun. But then I didn't risk getting hurt either. So I think that's the move I would recommend for us as we get into our golden years. And
yeah, I will say, as of the shows I've seen this year, the only band that I genuinely regret not pitting for was Kubla Khan.
I can see that.
Like I two-step to him a little bit, but like even again, and we talked about this before, like pit etiquette is a real thing. People aren't there to hurt people. Like, yeah, you occasionally have your jackasses who show up and they are very quickly escorted out of the pit, usually by everyone else.
Usually.
But I mean, like their pits were clean. Everyone was taking care of everybody. And I genuinely regret not actually pitting for them because I would have loved that. I would have had such a good time.
Yeah.
But it's just something, man, like if you haven't listened to Bury Tomorrow and you enjoy metal, hell, Bury Tomorrow and While She Sleeps, both check out both those bands. But true shout out to the boys of Bury Tomorrow. I hope you see this. Y'all put on such a good fucking show.
Yep.
Like there are a few bands I easily put y'all in top 5, possibly even top 3 of best live shows I've seen. End of story. They bring the energy. Their crowd, like their crowd work is just immaculate. The songs are always on point. Dude, it's so fucking good. And it was just something about them that immediately I was just like, well, I don't have to live tomorrow. Like, yeah, I'm fucking, let's send it. Like, I mean, dude, I will 1000% be a little more protective of myself in the future, especially now that I'm in my 30s. Because I think this may be the first time I've pitted in my 30s.
I think so. At least that you've told me.
Because, let me think here for a second. So I moved to Texas when I turned 30.
Yeah.
Did I see any concerts during that time after moving there, besides the 2 that we went to? I think the answer is no.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't pitted since I was in my 20s. So I'm learning, it's
weird kind of transitioning into that phase of like being the old heads of metal, where, now there's a lot of new styles, new bands, new trends coming out. And, and we're reminiscing on the good old times. And
yeah.
So it's a weird feeling kind of being where we're at and not being able to be as kind of carefree and happy-go-lucky to just throw ourselves in the pit. So yeah, it's weird, honestly.
I agree. I think for me, what really like I'm trying to not get to, and I think pitting for Bury Tomorrow helped me realize this, was I'm not trying to become that bump on a log. Like, because when you and I growing up, we saw the old metal heads and we never really poked fun at them for just standing around, but we witnessed they would just kind of stand around and watch the show. And that's perfectly fucking okay. But I think for me in my 20s, I was so active in a mosh pit that now being in my 30s and going to these shows again and being active and going to concerts again, because I mean, as you know, for years I haven't been this active in concerts at all. And it's just kind of like this newfound flame to go and experience live music even more now. I mean, hell, like and it's not even just metal shows. Like I'm supposed to be going to see Mumford and Sons. I'm supposed to be going to see who was it? There's another one.
Did you already see Jelly Roll?
No, that happened. Well, so we were supposed to go for my birthday and we didn't get a chance.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I do want to see Jelly Roll because I haven't seen him since birth 2018, 19, whatever fucking year we went to the Blue Ridge Rock Fest. So like me and the guys, that is, going to these shows is giving me an opportunity to feel like I'm in my 20s again, so to speak. But at the same time, it's like, it's me recognizing like, dude, you're in your 30s. You need to be a little more careful this time around. Because even back then, I would go in with a reckless abandon and I would hurt my fucking self.
Yeah.
But the difference is the next morning I could shake it off and be like, let's do it again. You know, whereas now I'm like, water.
Yeah, here you are 3 days later.
Like,
still. 4
yeah.
days, however many it's been.
I mean, I remember, I remember, what was it? Oh God, what show was it? Fuck. I'll remember in a second. Parkway Drive. I don't know why I couldn't think about that. Parkway Drive. It was Thy Art Is Murder, Miss May I, and Parkway Drive. Broke my fucking foot in the pit. Broke it. This dude with some fucking like honking ass boots stomped on my foot. Not on purpose. Dude was just moshing, having a good time. Stomped on my foot. Mind you, when I mosh, I wear Vans. Why? Because I grew up as an emo kid and some habits never die. So I wear Vans. This dude's boot connected my foot and I felt the bone just in the middle of my foot. And that's how I was like, oh shit. The next fucking day I was at work. I fucking ace bandaged my foot up to my ankle. Right to work I went.
Yep.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, no questions asked. I was back at it, going after it. Did it hurt? Yes, but I also took a fucking handful of ibuprofen and chugged a fucking like monster at the time and said, fuck it, let's get after it. If I did that now,
Was it the Barry Tomorrow show that we went to that had the like 16 to 19-year-old kids in front of us in line? And yeah, and that was a weird experience for us because that was kind of like us seeing us back when we were that old and doing the dumb shit that they were doing. And yeah, that one hurt. I remember. Not physically, emotionally.
Oh, it hurt physically. It hurt physically.
Yeah,
we don't even play. We
yeah,
aged.
my back did kind of feel a little sore after not moshing the entire time.
I remember standing outside the venue. We saw that and we just looked at each other and went, fuck. Like,
because we both us, dude. Like it was like just like smaller. 100%. Like it was exactly us.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. Like I enjoy the fact that we're old and matured now. Yeah, well, I say old. We're older and matured. We're in our 30s. You know, we have a little bit more wisdom than we did in our 20s and our teens.
Not much.
But man, like, you know, I don't know. Like, even though I'm hurt, I still want to go back and mosh some more.
It's fun.
Like I genuinely want to go to some shows. Well, like Greg and I were talking about going to Louder Than Life over in Louisville, Kentucky in September. That's a 4-day fucking festival. I told him, I was like, I need to hydrate the entire fucking time because I will be pitting. Some of the bands on that show, I was like, this might be the only time I ever get a chance to see them in my entire life. I guarantee you, I'm throwing my fucking body to reckless abandon. I will fucking hurt myself, but I will show the fuck up in the pit for that band. Like,
could there be like almost like a drive-in metal show? Like think like a drive-in theater, right? But then instead of a screen, it's a stage. They played their music, kind of like what they were doing in COVID.
That's why they have VIP sections.
But You still have to walk to get to the VIP section. All right.
Mm-mm.
I'm looking for as lazy as possible. I want to be able to park my car in the middle of the pit and do donuts.
You know what I would love to do for an episode, especially because we've been talking about music a little more lately, which I really enjoy. I know it's something you and I cherish a lot because we grew up around music and such. I would love just one episode, especially because we're getting into festival season, for me and you to talk about Blue Ridge Rock Festival. Just once.
I don't have much to say. I never went. Like I all I know about it.
You never did.
All I know about it is from what you've told me and what I've seen on the news and like and what all of our friends said. Blue Ridge Rock Festival didn't exist when I lived there.
I forgot about that.
That was after me. So
yep.
So
I forgot about
you'll have to get a guest host on to talk about Blue Ridge Rock Fest. Otherwise, it's just going to be you talking for an hour.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. First Blue Ridge Rock Festival happened like it was a year or two after you moved.
Yeah, I think so. It was like
16. Because I remember, right? I remember where it was. It was on the vineyard. It was in a vineyard before it moved to those big fucking stadium, big race areas and whatnot. But yeah, maybe one day. If you ever want to hear about the horror stories of Blue Ridge Rock Festival, you never heard of it before, drop it in the comments, and we may consider getting a guest host who went and talked. Hell, I know exactly who I could call. I know exactly who I could fucking call for that.
Yep.
But no, dude, like I will say, as rounding this out, I will say that though my ribs hurt, I don't feel 33. My ribs do hurt, but I think me getting out and actually experiencing live music again and getting back in my element has been probably one of the best things for my mental health and my physical health that I've done in years. And just being able to just reckless abandon, go in there and have such a blast with a bunch of other dudes and chicks who are just wanting to fucking throw people around and have a blast, man. Like, it was such a good time. Also, real talk, last minute before we go, shout out to the Granada, one of the best fucking venues I've ever seen.
Really? It's high praise.
It's small, but it's big, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like this massive theater, but their pit area and their staging area and where they have their sound and everything, their bar, the whole 9 yards, everything top tier. Like,
hell yeah.
And very easy to navigate. Very easy to navigate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
So, indeed. Any closing questions or remarks from you, good buddy? I know I've talked a lot this episode, and I apologize, but
I'll just leave it with go out, see some live shows, just get out there, have some fun. You don't have to mosh. You don't have to pit. You can go sit down and watch anything. It doesn't matter what genre it is. Just get out there and watch it. Just go experience it. It's different.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more. I'm not even going to say anything to try and add on that. He hit the fucking nail on the head. So, as always, drop your comments down below. Let us know your thoughts. If you have any feedback or you just want to call us old, go ahead and do that. That's fine too. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. We'll see y'all on Thursday.
Bye.
Later.